Now, no matter how far into the journey you are of self-improving or improving yourself just in general, personal growth, that kind of journey, no matter how far you get, there is no such thing as a finish line. There is no such thing as done and proud of myself now, end of the day. I don't believe there is anyway. And what I mean by this is because right now I'm 7 months in, eating clean food, going to the gym, reading, journaling. Now, if you would have said this to me, being consistent, by the way, for 7 months, now, it's not a massive thing, but it's a massive thing for me because, again, if you would have said this to me a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I wouldn't, in a way, believe it. I'd love to be in that situation. I'd love to be that person. Now, even though I am that person right now, I still have days where I go, could be better, could have done that better, I need to do more, it's not enough, constantly wanting to improve in a way. And in a way, it's kind of like an addiction, of course, wanting to improve, although I'm not that addicted where I'm got an ice bath in the back garden and I'm jumping in it at 5 a.m. I'm not that addicted. But I just mean just a general baseline of I used to be here, let's say, and now I'm here. I still feel like I'm down here in a way because your general day to day has improved, but you get used to it. Therefore, you go, could have done better today, could do more, I should do more. So I think no matter how far along the journey you get, you're still going to want to improve. And in a way, it's a nice thing because you're constantly improving your standards, improving your baseline, so to speak. So it just shows how far along the way you've come. But in other days, it's hard to sit and relax and be proud of where you got to. And one of the main things I can compare this to is sort of like body dysmorphia. So if you go to the gym and you're sort of like a bodybuilder or even into just fitness alone, say you reach a certain level of how you look. Let's say you get six pack, you're down to, 15 to 12% body fat, you feel good about yourself, your face is looking slimmer, people are giving compliments. You have a fear then of going back. You have a fear of eating dirty food, eating fast food. You have a fear because you realised how far it took you to get to this point where you are now. But then you always have that fear of ruining what you have, and you constantly look at ways to improve it and get better. Again, body dysmorphia is more about you look a certain way, you might feel awful, but you appreciate how you look, and it's hard to get it out of your head. You want to look like that 24/7. And the same with self-improvement in a way. You kind of want to live the perfect day every single day, and if you don't, you feel awful, you feel terrible about it, you feel like a fake in a way because you're kind of like, I don't live this self-improvement lifestyle, I don't live it every single day. But it's hard because once you set the bar up here, you want to be that every single day, and it's in a way it's unrealistic unless you have unlimited money, you have a perfect lifestyle, perfect people around you. Look at that. For example, look at the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. The life he's got right now, probably the people he's got around him that help him with his day to day, a chef, someone who probably brings the car to the front of the house, someone who sets up all the machines and equipment, cleans his gym. Again, I'm just touching the surface of probably people he's got helping him every day to live that same day every single day. Whereas for the normal average person, we're doing everything ourselves. So when you have a day where you're not at your best and you just manage to get A, B and C done, it doesn't feel enough. And in fact, going back to Cristiano Ronaldo, if you probably would have said to him, or we would have looked at him at the time in, let's say, 2017, 2018, you would have gone, he's at his best, he's at his peak, can't get any better than this. Yet in his head, he's probably looking at ways where he can improve, and obviously it's on a different scale to us, but just about us in our life, once you start improving and just start working your way up the ladder and working your way up the steps, you sort of forget about how far you've come, and you're just looking at this as the new baseline, this is the new bottom, the new low, and you go, I could improve, I could do better. So sometimes I feel like it's very, very important to remember how far you've come, what you've achieved so far, because if you don't, you'll get into that trap of, I need to do more, I need to do better, what I'm doing isn't enough, and it's something that I have sometimes, even though, let's say a typical day like today, wake up, read, journal, drink water, go to the gym, might do 10k steps, 15k steps, whatever, done it. Yet 5 years ago, I was nowhere near today. Yeah, let's say I do that today, and the last meal of the day, I have a little bit of a cheat meal, I have pizza. That could send me down, depressed, shocked, disappointed with myself. But that's because the new standard is so high, and you want to stay at that new standard, which is understandable. And it is understandable. You don't kind of want to have the feeling of going back down the path you've just come down, that you've just come from. But in the same respect, you've got to try and find that balance of understanding this is the new way of living. I've come from here, but I also don't have to live up to this ultra extreme standard every single day, because if you try to, when you can't, then you're going to set unrealistic standards for yourself. So it's just trying to find that balance of understanding where you are, how you've got there. This is great. And if I look at myself 5 years ago, I really love where I am today. And that doesn't mean take the foot off the gas, relax now, I've done it all, I've reached the finish line. It just means that look at how long it took me to get here, and just appreciate it. Just appreciate where you've come from. Don't always have to be looking for constant improvement. Don't always have to be comparing yourself to others. And yeah,